My name is Wayne Good Lynn. I'm from Barrington. I'm here tonight to offer testimony, not my own. This is testimony of my wife, Diane Behrens, also from Barrington. She's out of country with her grandchildren taking care. This is so important to her that she signed me up. I fully support everything that she has to say. I'd also like to thank Senator Coyne for backing this legislation. Here's what Diane has to offer. To the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Madam Chair and members of the committee, thank you for allowing me to testify in support of S15 Sub A, the Reproductive Health Care Act of 2019. In December 1968, when I was a 19-year-old sophomore at the University of Texas, I found out that I was 6 weeks pregnant. My boyfriend and I were in love. It was the first sexual relationship for either of us. We had been faithfully using the only birth control available to us, condoms. But this time we came up short. Through the local grapevine, we learned that some undergraduate biology majors were performing abortions in their dorm rooms. Way too risky. But after days of digging around, we unearthed another option. A licensed physician with a family clinic in the border town of Piedras Negras, Mexico, performed illegal abortions for $165. Word had it that his medical training was in the U.S. Piedras Negras is a gritty town just over the border from Eagle Pass, Texas, about 250 miles southwest of Austin. My boyfriend had a car. We headed to Piedras Negras. I had the abortion. I did not die. I was terrified, though. I bled profusely, off and on, for 5 days afterwards. But I did not dare seek medical assistance, for what I had done was a crime. The bleeding did finally stop. I was lucky. I suffered no long-term physical damage. I resumed my life. I graduated from college. I married. I went to graduate school, where I received a PhD in philosophy. I was a philosophy professor for the better part of 30 years. Along the way, I became the mother of a daughter. She made me proud. She is an award-winning neuroscientist, and she gave me 3 precious grandchildren. The youngest just turned 1. Because of the trajectory of my life, I was sufficiently privileged to be able to retire at a relatively young age and throw myself into world travel, quality time with my family, and civic engagement in causes about which I am passionate. Had I not had that abortion, the trajectory would have been radically different. As I said, I was lucky. I lived. I thrived. Millions of women before Roe did not. Anyone who thinks Roe is not in danger of being overturned is not paying attention. The Trump administration is outspokenly hell-bent on undoing it. With the vigilant assistance of Mitch McConnell, they gave us Neil Gorsuch, and then they gave us Brett Kavanaugh. And along the way, they gave us lower court federal judges openly hostile to women's reproductive freedom. When Roe is overturned, millions of women in the U.S. will still receive abortions. For all but the most privileged, those abortions will be illegal and potentially dangerous. That is why I urge you to vote for Senate Bill 152 Sub A. That way, when Roe is essentially history, women in Rhode Island will still be able to receive abortions prior to fetal viability. 71% of Rhode Islanders support maintaining safe and legal abortion. Rhode Island legislators are elected to represent their constituents, and that means us. I do not ask Rhode Island legislators to choose abortion for themselves, nor to recommend it to their families and loved ones. That's their business. I simply ask them to trust women, in consultation with their families and their doctors, to make responsible choices for their reproductive futures. I ask for this basic demonstration of respect. I can answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Any questions?